News 4 San Antonio at noon. We're here for you.
Well, hope you're having a good Thursday afternoon. Thank you for watching News 4 at noon, the digital edition. I'm David Chancellor.
I'm Diana Rocco. Right now, we are partnering with Taco Cabana to give you some free back-to-school supplies. Tawny Davis is there next door with how it's going so far. Hey.
Well, hey there, guys. Like you said, I am right across the street, so if y'all want me to bring back some breakfast tacos, I will definitely do that. But we are here because we have partnered up with Taco Cabana to give out these school supply boxes for kids for obviously the start of school. You can see here we're going to have everything for them, for facial tissues, notebooks, pencils, glue sticks, colored pencils, crayons, erasers, everything that your kid is going to need for that start of school, whether you've already started or you still need a few more things. This is definitely going to help you. Now, we are still waiting for some kids to show up. We had a bunch earlier, and this is going to last until 1, so we need to get rid of as many boxes as we can, or give out as many boxes as we can. See, one just keeps falling on top of one another. We just need to get rid of all of them. But like I said, this is a first come, first serve, so make sure you tell your kids we're at the Taco Cabana off 410 and Babcock, and because I had lots of supplies getting ready for school, so I'm going to send it right back to you all.
All right, Tawny, thank you. You get lunch and some school supplies. That's a pretty good deal on a Thursday. Well, as school starts, and certainly starts next week for many, and the temperatures become as hot as they've been all summer long, many districts are trying to find ways and look for ways to make sure their students are safe and cool. This comes after a few districts had HVAC system failures last year. We spoke to some of those who tell us they are double checking all of their reports to make sure that their students are safe and comfortable. As for school buses, here's what officials from Northside ISD told us after they had installed AC units in 75 of their buses that didn't have air conditioning before.
If there's a bus that doesn't have AC, we see an increase in those behaviors that we don't want to see on the bus. So now we're hoping with AC that we'll be able to provide a more comfortable ride for our kids on their way home.
We also checked with SAISD, who had problems with their HVAC systems last school year. The district tell us they do not have an update right now on the status to give us at this time.
If you're looking to beat this heat, the city is extending their pool season schedule. So some good news there. The city plans to keep 7 of their outdoor pools open on the weekends through September 15th. Meanwhile, the 7 splash pads remain open from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. through October. For a full list of pool schedules and this story, just head over to our website, news4sa.com.
Now your certified most accurate 4-zone weather with meteorologist Jeanette Caillet.
I was thinking it's been miserable lately, but then I was reminded earlier, I guess this morning, Jeanette, that last year we had like crazy numbers when it comes to 100 degrees.
Yes, all of last year, 75 100-degree days.
Wow.
Most of them came in August. August of last year, we only had 2 days where it was below 100 degrees.
Oh.
So not too bad so far.
Let's hope history doesn't repeat itself.
Right. We're up to 13 100-degree days so far this year. Yesterday made number 13. We got up to 102 degrees. Today, another 100-degree day. Right now, it is 94 degrees. It is already a scorcher. Just know that it's going to continue to heat up. Raul B. Rodriguez weather camera showing you that clear blue sky in San Antonio. We don't have any Saharan dust, so the sky is nice and clear. No dusty look in the sky. Feels like it's 100 degrees with the humidity. Because of this high heat, things could get dangerous if you're outside for too long. Those heat-related illnesses could happen fast. So there is a heat advisory. This runs until 8 o'clock tomorrow evening. Feels like temperatures in these spots could get up to 110 degrees. We'll check out a chance of rain. Yes, there's a small rain chance for tomorrow and Saturday, tracking the weather maker that could bring us some rain coming up.
All right, Jeanette, thanks. Crime Stopper is offering a $5,000 reward for information on who shot and killed a Texas high school volleyball coach named Aiden Rose Burt. So if you remember the story here, she was in town for a coaching convention last month. She was hanging out with colleagues and friends at the Smoky Sky Bar there off Crockett Street. She was shot and killed by a stray bullet that police say came from someone driving along I-37 there. Well, now police have released a photo of the car that may have been involved. If you have any information, please call the number on your screen, 210-224-STOP. You can remain anonymous.
And new developments in a case we are tracking for you. A 16-year-old arrested in connection to the death of a man outside an East Side apartment will not be released from custody yet. That's the ruling from a judge early this morning. That teen, one of 3 suspects arrested after a shooting on June 25th. Police say the victim, Anthony Wayne Simmons Jr., was found lying outside of his car near the corner of North Foster Road and Lakeview Drive. He had been shot several times and later died at the hospital. Police say the same day they found a car matching the description of the one seen leaving the scene, and that's where they found the suspects.
The victim in that case had subsequently passed away. There is a homicide investigation going on. We are recommending that he be detained. He is a danger to himself or others, not allowing himself to be adequately supervised, and like I said, we are recommending that he be detained.
The other suspects, 19-year-old Javion Rangel and 17-year-old Carmelo Converse, were originally charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. Now police say those charges will be upgraded to murder.
Opinions vary, sir, and they're going to, but I can tell you that probably 100% of those people hadn't been in a situation like that before.
Former Uvalde CISD Police Chief Pete Arredondo breaking his silence after 2 years, responding to those who call him a coward following the mass shooting at Robb Elementary. Arredondo faces child endangerment charges for his actions on the day of the shooting. And the families of the 19 children and 2 teachers who were killed in Uvalde have long waited to hear from him. He sat down with CNN for an exclusive interview, and our Robert Price breaks it down.
You feel like you guys are being singled out, scapegoated?
Well, by all means, since the very beginning, sir. I've been scapegoated from the very beginning.
More than 1 month after being booked on child endangerment charges, the former police chief of Uvalde CISD is speaking up for the first time about those charges. Pete Arredondo reflecting on his actions that day when 19 students and 2 teachers were shot to death.
These are my children too, and people don't understand that. You know, we went down the hallways every day and stressed about keeping doors locked, stressed about being vigilant, and the less I see of those, sir, that I don't have to, the better for me.
Arredondo was the on-site commander when nearly 400 law enforcement officers responded. An 18-year-old gunman opening fire in a 4th grade classroom at Robb Elementary. Officers remaining outside more than 70 minutes before confronting and killing that gunman.
If you look at the body cam footage, there was no hesitation in myself and the first handful of officers that went in there and went straight towards the hot zone, as you may call it, and took fire. And then at that point, we worked with what we had.
But that's not what the body cam footage suggests. What it shows is that Arredondo knew there were likely victims in the room with the gunman and ordered his subordinates to stay back in the hallways.
As soon as I clear this room, I'm going to verify what's been vacated, guys, before we do any kind of reaching. The time's on our side right now. We have kids in there, but we got to save the lives of the other ones.
In that moment when lives were at stake, why did you think time was on your side?
I don't recall making that statement. I'm sorry. There's some things that you don't recall while you're in that hallway.
Arredondo now claims there were state police officers with Texas Department of Public Safety who should have taken control of the scene. But he still maintains he did his best and they saved as many lives as they could.
I know we did the best we could with what we had. And by running into that building and not leaving there and doing what we could or doing what I could and what the other officers could, it was the best we could with the situation we had and the information we had.
Last month, Arredondo pleaded not guilty to the child endangerment charges against him. He and ex-Uvalde CISD officer Adrian Gonzalez are the first 2 charged in connection to the deadly shooting. I'm Robert Price reporting.
A man is dead today after being hit by a car on the west side. Police say the man was crossing Old Highway 90 when he was struck. The driver did stop to render aid, but the man was pronounced dead at the scene. At the time, the driver is not being charged.
Clothing store on the city's south side has been destroyed after a fire last night. This was at Jen's Corner Closet there on Pleasanton Road about 10 o'clock last night. Fire officials say an electrical problem under one of the cash registers caused that fire. Everything in that store was destroyed. The good news in all this, no one was hurt.
The Bexar County Sheriff's Office says the suspect is back behind bars for possession of child pornography today. Gabriel Velasquez was taken into custody yesterday. In June, deputies first arrested him as a suspect in a case of sexual assault. That day, deputies searched his phone and found sexual material involving a child as young as 4 years old. Deputies rearrested him yesterday. He was on house arrest from his previous incident. He is now facing charges for possession of child pornography.
Well, the biggest concert in many years in the world cancels 3 shows in Europe. Find out why the dangerous reason why Taylor Swift had to cancel on her fans. Coming up.
The following segment is sponsored by Knocking.
I am so excited to tell you about this product. I love it after wearing high heels all day or a heavy workout at the gym. Footopia. This combines pushing, kneading, shiatsu, pressing, rubbing techniques that feel so good. It also has heat therapy that helps to loosen your muscles, and it also feels cozy as we get into these colder months of the year. And it can also be used on your calves as well, which is great because I get cramps in my calves. I also love it's light and it's portable. You just simply plug it in and you're good to go anywhere, vacation, the office. It's also great for everybody. It's a great gift, whether you're an athlete or you're having a physically demanding day at work, or you just want to, like me, relax after a stressful day and just sit in front of the TV. I like that it's really good for anybody. It's good for young people. It's good for older people. And also, I have cold feet. So this warms my feet and massages my feet at the same time, which is actually something I've never found in a product like this. And right now, we're offering 40% off. Get that. That's a big deal on Footopia. All you have to do is head to asadeals.com for this amazing, look at this, relaxing, exclusive offer.
Taylor Swift fans are devastated by the cancellation of 3 concerts after they were the target of a foiled terror plot. 2 men were arrested in Vienna on Wednesday in connection with a suspected plan to attack major events in the city with a focus on Swift's concerts, which were set for Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Many Swifties spent thousands on travel, hotels, and food for the sold-out Eras Tour shows, only to find yesterday via social media that the shows had been canceled.
Well, 2 American astronauts who have been stranded in space now for 2 months will likely have to stay in orbit until at least next year. Michael Rosenfeld has more on the efforts to now bring them home.
I have a real good feeling in my heart that the spacecraft will bring us home, no problem. 2 astronauts, including Needham native Sunita Williams, waiting to come home from the International Space Station.
Leaving the planet is a little bit tough just because you got to say goodbye.
They were supposed to be back on Earth in June, but their one-week journey has turned into 2 months after issues with their spacecraft prevented a return. And Wednesday, NASA said it could be another 6 months before the pair can get back safely.
They are 2 legendary astronauts.
Dr. Grant Tremblay, an astrophysicist at the Harvard Center for Astrophysics, works on NASA spaceflight missions and telescopes.
Losing a spacecraft is a problem. Losing a human being is a catastrophe, is a tragedy. And NASA is maximally risk avoidant when it comes to bringing human beings home safely from space.
Problems with Boeing's Starliner spacecraft prevented Williams and fellow astronaut Butch Wilmore from returning as scheduled.
When it was approaching the International Space Station after it launched, 5 of its reaction control thrusters overheated. The spacecraft's computer shut them down.
Since then, NASA has been trying to figure out the best way to bring them back, either on the Starliner or on SpaceX, a Boeing rival. But that wouldn't be until February.
They are prepared. There's enough food. We do resupply missions to the International Space Station all the time. They are safe, and they will return home as soon as possible when it is deemed by NASA to be absolutely safe.
Was another. Team USA continues to bring home more medals. NBC's Jay Gray is in Paris today with an update on all the action.
It's the final of the men's 400 meters. Let's go!
Down early, Quincy Hall finds another gear.
Quincy Hall is coming back!
Closing at the tape to win gold in the 400 by just 4/1000ths of a second. Katie Moon soaring to silver in pole vault.
This was unlike anything I've ever experienced. This is what I thought the Olympics would feel like, and I'm just so happy that I walked away with some hardware for the U.S.
More hardware in a rough and tumble steeplechase. Olympic rookie Kenneth Brooks grabbing silver. On a different track,
and their lead is swelling.
The American women build an early lead and never looked back, taking home gold in cycling team pursuit. And for the second time in as many nights, an American woman left the wrestling mat a champion. Sarah Hildebrandt takes home gold. A heavy load lifted from the shoulders of Team USA as Hampton Morris grabs bronze in weightlifting, the first medal for the American men in the sport in 40 years. A 20-year drought ending with a splash for the U.S. artistic or synchronized swimmers, the team taking silver.
And then, oh my!
And with 2 sick runs early, Tom Schaar closes the skateboard competition with a silver in men's park.
Jay Gray reporting there. So, all right, this is the updated medal count. You can see this has been going back and forth throughout the entire games. China now has the most gold medals. They have 28. We have 27, but we lead big time when it comes to overall medals. 95, China with 70, France with 52. By the way, Wemby in action right now, taking on Germany in the semifinals. They have a lead. He's trying to get to the gold medal game. He would take on the winner, Team France would, the winner of the USA and Serbia later today. China, France, Great Britain, and Australia round out the top 5 when it comes to medal counts.
Now your certified most accurate 4-zone weather with meteorologist Jeanette Caillet.
Well, you know, we're in this pattern for a while, so we're gonna all have to find ways to keep cool from here on out.
Talking about the heat?
Yeah. I mean, it's weather, right?
Jumping into a pool, heading to the coast, going to the movies, or just staying at home and watching a movie from the comfort of your home.
Just wait till December. That's what you do.
There's relief coming. Just have to wait a few months.
Gotcha.
Triple-digit heat in the meantime. Yesterday, 102. Today, forecasting a high back up to 102, maybe as high as 103 degrees. Here is Debbie, still a tropical storm and still hitting some of the same areas than compared to the past couple of days. Earlier this week, it was over North Florida and Georgia, but since yesterday, well, actually since late Tuesday into the day yesterday, the rain has been coming down across South Carolina and North Carolina especially. Tornadoes still a big concern. Today already 2 tornadoes reported in North Carolina, 3 there yesterday. So there's a tornado watch that continues there, and that watch has now been expanded, I should say, to include portions of Virginia. Flash flooding, of course, the biggest concern. We're still seeing numerous flash flood warnings from South Carolina up towards North Carolina. The storm is moving off towards the north now, and it's going to continue to do so. Here's that forecast track. Tomorrow morning, it's going to be approaching the western part of Maryland and then closer to New England by tomorrow in the evening. It's going to continue to weaken. Regardless, it will be spreading some good rain up the East Coast, which, by the way, needs the rain. Some areas there dealing with drought conditions. Highs today, 103 degrees in San Antonio. Some spots to the south and along the border close to 110, and those are actual air temperatures. With the humidity, may feel a little hotter in some spots. More of a dry heat for the west, but along and east of I-35 especially is where that high humidity will be. So that'll make it feel hotter. Heat index here of 107, 108 in Cuero. It's going to stay hot at least through the middle of August, not just here, but above normal temperatures over a large part of the state. The exception, the immediate west coast and portions of the east coast. This is the temperature outlook from the Climate Prediction Center from the 15th through the 21st. We have a heat advisory today, and just like yesterday, we have another air quality alert today. High levels of ozone pollution likely, so do what you can to limit that. Avoid idling in vehicles, share a ride to anywhere that you have to go today. And in terms of mowing your lawn, make sure you do that after 7 o'clock this evening if you didn't get to do that earlier this morning. Hey, there is a front that will be moving south into Texas. There it is right now. That's been helping to produce some rain since this morning across portions of Kansas and Oklahoma. That will be pushing off towards the south. High pressure is far enough to the west that we should see that front coming into at least our northern areas late tomorrow. And this in-house computer model is showing you that we could see some rain from that. This is a little overdone. I would say just make sure you have that 4Zone weather app so you can keep an eye on radar. Late tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening, couple showers, maybe a thunderstorm. I'm really hoping that verifies. And then another chance for an isolated shower or two on Saturday. Some spots will be lucky enough to pick up perhaps 1/10 of an inch or maybe up to 1/2 an inch or an inch of rain. Of course, it's the hill country that has the best chance of rain. Tomorrow, 101, 20% rain chance late, 20% late Saturday. Otherwise, a few more clouds and a high of 101 tomorrow, 100 Saturday. Dry and sunny on Sunday. Next week, the sea breeze could help produce a shower here in spots, but that will be very isolated, if anything. In the western zone, staying hot there, very hot with highs well above the normal over 105. Hill country, upper 90s for the rest of the week into the weekend. Eastern zone, slight rain chance late tomorrow.
San Antonio Stock Show and Rodeo has announced its first group of entertainment for next year's rodeo. They include Keith Urban, Zach Top, Diamond Rio, and the Great White Yoakum. Tickets to attend are now on sale. You can purchase those at their website, sarodeo.com. It'll be here before you know it.
Well, February thoughts means we're all thinking cool thoughts.
Gold.
Thank you for joining us for this digital edition of our noon show.
We'll see you tomorrow morning, bright and early at 4:30 on television. We'll see you then.
What a concept.